Why should something as trivial as birth decide who rules over Nilfgaard? This was the motivation of the Usurper, his name now forgotten, since removed from all Imperial archives, all books, all libraries, as to wipe his name from existence. A Nilfgaardian aristocrat who built up an opposition to the House of Emrys, specifically against Fergus var Emrys, the current Imperator of the Nilfgaardian Empire at the time. Soon, enough strength was gathered and the Usurper successfully led a revolt and usurped the throne of Nilfgaard for himself. After which, the Usurper tortured Fergus var Emrys in an attempt to gain legitimacy and force him to acknowledge the Usurper's right to the throne. Fergus refused and resisted. The Usurper then turned to Fergus's son, the 13-year-old Emir var Emrys. With the help of mages, led by the sorcerer Brathans, they set upon torturing Emir to yet again force Fergus to legitimise the coup. It would seem that Fergus var Emrys had an iron will, as he did not break, and the Usurper was forced to murder him. As a final act of humiliation, Brathan cursed Emir var Emrys into a humanoid hedgehog, with the body of a human and the head of a hedgehog, since Emir translates to mean hedgehog in the Nilfgaardian dialect, and banished Emir from the empire. Presuming Emir would die by wildlife or hunters, the Usurper gave no thought to the matter. But with the help of a House of Emrys loyalist, Adel Aip Dai, Emir var Emrys escaped, and his life from then on will be one of the most influential within the world. The Usurper, now Imperator of the Nilfgaardian Empire, began by stabilising the empire, and then followed by proclaiming an amnesty to all who were sentenced by Fergus var Emrys, with the exclusion of those guilty of high treason. The Usurper continued the conquest of the previous ruler, taking control of Mentina, Nazair and Maesht, expanding the dominion of Nilfgaard. He also diminished the rights of the official religion of Nilfgaard, the cult of the Great Sun.
Thanks for your help.
Think nothing of it. May the Great Sun light your path.
The Usurper's rule lasted approximately 20 years, until in 1257, the uprising led by the familiar House of Emrys loyalist Adel Aip Dai and other Emir supporters broke out against him. Amongst those supporters was the undeniably talented mage Vilgefortz, who aided Emir var Emrys to reclaim the throne in return for the North once it was taken over. However, Vilgefortz's motivations were altogether different. Shortly after, Emir var Emrys appeared back in his human form, and together they stormed the Imperial Palace, overthrowing and executing the Usurper. Reclaiming the throne, Emir ordered all who betrayed his house, including the sorcerer Brathans, to death, by burning in his case. He also had all of his dead political enemies dug up from their graves, and paved his ballroom with their gravestones, gaining the nickname the White Flame dancing on the graves of his enemies.
Grimi et art ketzer. Daithen aden in karn eb marvut. Emir var Emrys.
Bow.
And to finish the job, all utterances of the Usurper's name stricken from any record. And so, the legacy of the unknown aristocrat ended, and begun the reign of the White Flame dancing on the graves of his enemies, King of Sintra, Lord of Metina, Ebbing and Gemera, Sovereign of Nazair and Vicovaro, the Imperator of the Nilfgaardian Empire, Emir var Emrys.